Good morning and welcome in on this Monday morning at 5. I'm Claire Crouch. Traffic is moving again this morning on I-44 in Lawton following a semi-crash overnight. Breaking news out of Oklahoma City this morning where a house fire is raging after being struck by lightning. Meteorologist Matt DePiero is here with us this morning and he's going to explain why you're going to want your coat when you leave your house today. Well, talk about a buzzkill. A man claiming to be one of the first to legally buy marijuana in one state has now been fired from his job for doing so. We'll show you what he has to say about it. A so-called black mass for a devil-worshipping group planned to be held at the Oklahoma City Civic Center has Catholic leaders up in arms. Rogowski says it's not just an aesthetic thing. Overgrown weeds and grass raise health and safety concerns. They can block sight lines on roadways and even breed unwanted insects and rodents that can make their way into homes. This is Chiefs Knoll, where Quanah, Cynthia Ann, and Prairie Flower Parker are laid to rest. It wasn't Quanah's first resting place, but because of its importance and significance, it's where the family has fought to make sure their ancestors remain. Up until recently, people could just simply drive their car right up to the front door, but over the past weekend, this fence was put up. And while neighbors say that's a start, it's really not going to keep out the people they want from getting in. Officials say once this plan is off and rolling, buses like the ones behind me have the potential to move 2,000 people out to the industrial park. The only hang-up? Funding. That water was ice cold. I'm not sure it's something I'll ever want to do again, but it's definitely an experience to remember. One of the improvements being made is the addition of something called inline technology. In every school across the district, they'll be receiving at least one computer lab, where they're replacing a single tower at each individual computer with only 2 servers that will service the entire 30-computer lab. And this effectively cuts costs in half. It's just a little before 1 right now, but if these guys and gals are lucky, they could be playing as late as midnight tonight. And it's not just for fun, it's for serious cash and recognition in the gaming world. No matter where you look, there's another fast food place popping up. And of course, fast food takes a smaller bite out of your wallet. I just want to stress again how slippery it is under this snow. There is a nice, thick layer of ice. I'm standing on it right now. It is so slick, guys. I wanted to show you something cool though. Literally cool. My cup of water I brought to drink. I promise you it's in there. It's frozen solid. That is how cold it is out here, guys. It's no joke. We're not just telling you it's cold. It is freezing. All I can do is describe today's events as a complete circus. The usually quiet Stevens County Courthouse has been overrun with media from across the state, the nation, and even the globe. Obviously, a very emotionally charged day, a very hectic day here at the Stevens County Courthouse. Reporting live in Duncan, I'm Claire Crouch, 7 News. Emotions ran high as the suspects' families gathered at the Stevens County Courthouse. After court was dismissed, loved ones and scores of media gathered in the lobby to hear District Attorney Jason Hicks' explanation behind the charges.
This is not Duncan, Oklahoma. This is not Stevens County, Oklahoma. This is not something that we see happen here. And I'm going to do everything that I can to ensure that we see these 3 thugs pay for what they did to Christopher Lane.
Families of all the boys maintain their son's innocence, including James Edwards Sr., who feels his son, the youngest of the 3, 15-year-old James Edwards Jr., shouldn't be charged as an adult.
I feel that he doesn't really matter. You know, he doesn't really understand it at all. He really doesn't understand how serious it is.
Hicks believes each suspect has been given the appropriate charge for their role in the crime, especially Edwards, who has displayed no remorse for his actions.
Doing what we refer to as a little dance and turning circles and kind of laughing and carrying on as he was being processed into the Stevens County Jail on a murder 1 charge, which was a joke. It was just a great big joke to him.
But there was nothing funny about what happened at the courthouse. Tears filled the halls and the suspects' families grieved for their pain and for the victim's family.
They have my condolences and my sympathy, but I would like for people to know in this community that if we would reach out to the youth and do more things with them, this stuff could be prevented.
Reporting in Duncan, I'm Claire Crouch, 7 News. Fried chicken has become the unofficial food of America, and now it even has its own day. I didn't know that. National Fried Chicken Day happens every year on July 6th, and from what I'm finding out, nobody really knows it exists, so I'm on a mission to spread the message. So why does fried chicken hold such a special place in Americans' hearts? After all, it didn't even originate here. It's been around since the Middle Ages. But maybe it's because fried chicken isn't just a food, it's an experience. And after people got used to my strange question, did y'all know today is National Fried Chicken Day? They opened up to tell me what makes their fried chicken the best.
Salt and pepper and batter.
Mustard.
Really?
Mustard and then salt and pepper and then put it in flour.
Powdered ginger and paprika.
Each recipe is unique as a fried snowflake. Most of them passed down from a mom or grandma. And the tradition doesn't stop at the chicken. The sides are almost just as important.
Coleslaw or rice?
Always have to have mashed potatoes because the mashed potatoes are good and fluffy, and then you put the gravy on there. Oh, it's so good.
These ladies had my mouth watering for my mama's fried chicken so bad I could hardly stand it, but I soldiered on, spreading the word near and far and meeting only one person who would pass on the fried delicacy.
I don't like fried chicken.
You don't like? Why don't you like fried chicken?
It's too greasy.
And at the end of the day, thanks to my newfound chicken-eating friends, I was left not only with a giant appetite, but with a newfound understanding of what it means to be American.
People think it's hot dogs, apple pie, Chevrolet, baseball, and the 4th of July. But it's fried chicken. It's perfect.
And now that I've done my part by spreading the message, I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Until next year, happy National Fried Chicken Day.